Welcome, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to stop by my world. I'm Sandra Alexei Morin, and I hope that something resonates for you. It's very exciting times of transformation and change throughout the world, and I like to share messages of the planetary energies. Especially, we're finishing off 2024 and going to be moving into a whole new era. I'm a spiritual and business coach. I have an ed degree. I'm a cosmetologist, author, intuitive esoteric astrologer, numerologist. And so please check my website link below. It's my personal muse as to the services offered. My latest book, Awaken to Your Soul, is about the personal soul journey transformations we all have been experiencing over the years, especially since 2008, when Pluto went into Capricorn. Finally, inspiration, hope, and change as we embrace 2025, the new magical and wonderful golden age of Aquarian enlightenment as we evolve into higher consciousness. Since Babylonian times, it was written that the earth would journey into the age of Aquarius and become a Garden of Eden in the universe. I also have a Facebook page where you can actually print off the different podcasts for dates. So I'd appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, comment, and share. Many blessings and much love. And let's go. Wow. Choose to end the year 2024 with clarity. The year 2024 has been the Chinese year of the dragon, which is a number 8. So it's aligning, so as above, so below. The 8 energy is power and align with a higher power, but our own power. And hopefully you have embraced your self-mastery and personal power. Embrace 2025. It is a collective numerology year of a number 9. So we add 2025, it comes to 9. We also each have a personal new numerology cycle that we embrace. Okay, that depends on your birthday. The spiritual significance collective, we are now ready to end a complete 9-year cycle collectively of your life. 2025 is a year to complete all unfinished business, reach conclusions, make decisions as you tie up loose ends. It's a symbol of completeness, connection with the divine, and a symbol of finality. You know, truth-seeking and intuition as you align with the divine, a journey inward of self-discovery. So 2025, we're ending, and then 2026, we start new. Self-discovery, awakening to your soul. On January 29th of 2025, then we celebrate the Chinese New Year of the wood snake, which is a number 9. Now, every year we experience hundreds of planetary transits, aspects, and movements that will affect the collective and each of us individually in unique and different ways. Okay, some of you may have your own natal astrology chart. Then there's transits, and for those that you don't, you might want to see what one's like. Many of these transits, especially those of the outer transpersonal planets, have a greater impact on the collective than just the individual. So we'll see the shift in the collective consciousness and ourselves. I tend to use the transpersonal planets or outer planets. And in 2025, we have multiple major collective transits occurring that can shift society and humanity as a whole. We've got even more coming in 2026 and 2027, but it actually all starts in 2025. The big shift, as it is the first full year of our lifetimes, that Pluto will be in Aquarius until 2044. And 2025 also brings a shift in the north and south nodal axis, the end of an eclipse cycle, and the first movements of 3 outer planets into the new signs. The nodes. Now, the nodes are not planets, they're mathematical points in the astrological natal chart. They have to do with the spiritual or soul lessons that we encounter in this particular lifetime. So the nodal axis is a spiritual compass pointing us in the right direction, our Dharma. Nodal axis refers to the signs, so, and they're in opposition. So we're going to do, so we say Aries, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Gemini, Sag, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Aquarius, Virgo, Pisces. And each sign is imbued with qualities, and then each nodal axis resides natally in your particular house too. So you each have one personal to you, and then we have the collective that we're going through right now. So the lunar north node, we call it a fate, points us in the direction of a collective soul's journey and the purpose, because collectively, every 18.5 months, we embrace the nodal axis shift, which gives us a collective opportunity to evolve in new ways. It gives us a theme to work on personally and collectively to help us identify which behaviors or ideas are holding us back. Okay, and which will help us grow stronger and more resilient. We're meant to shed the shadows of the lunar south node and move toward the themes, actions, and outlooks of the lunar north node. Like there's actually a separate video on the nodes if you look in my YouTube. We have been experiencing now the North Node in Aries and the South Node in Libra from July 17th of 2023 until January 11th of 2024. It takes 18.5 years to embrace the same nodal axis. So previously, from December 27th of 2004 until June 26th of 2006, we have the North Node in Aries and South Node in Libra. Okay, what happened in your world during those years? This nodal theme, this is what it's been about, has been about having the courage, the Aries, because Aries is ruled by Mars, to embrace our sovereignty, our authenticity, our emotional honesty, and to let go of Libra, which is the South, and that's ruled by Venus. And so it's all about social niceties, which will compromise our soul and our truth. Not wanting to rock the boat, does not want to disagree. Well, the boat rocked personally and collectively. Hope you can figure out why it got rocked. That's the question. Now we are getting ready to experience the new nodes, the lunar north node, which enters Pisces on January 11th of 2025 until July 26th of 2026. I have a separate posted video for the nodes again, which are celestial points in astrology. Now, the lunar north node, Pisces, lunar south node, Virgo axis, previously was from November 12th, 2015 until May 9th, 2017. Again, what was happening in your life during that time? It is now about bringing spirit into matter. No more spiritual bypassing or whitewashing. And what that means is that, which is the use of spiritual practices or beliefs to avoid or deny uncomfortable emotions, difficult experiences, or painful situations, because they're not going to go away. You have to deal with them. The soul work, we call it burn the dross. The dark night of the soul involves your shadow self, which embodies the hidden, repressed, and unresolved aspects of our being from this incarnation, past lives, enslavement codes, and ancestral karma. That is what the Pluto in Capricorn from 2008 until November 20th of 2024 totally deconstructed and revealed. And now Pluto moves into Aquarius until 2044. Body, mind, and soul. Only by discovering alchemy have I clearly understood the unconscious and its contents initiate an evolution. More precisely, a real metamorphosis of the psyche. Carl Jung said this. So what we all want to do is become consciously competent, be in the moment and understand. Interesting now, as Pluto ingresses into Aquarius, which is ruled by the planet Uranus, which is a higher consciousness, we are embracing the golden age of Aquarius enlightenment, which holds the ethereal energies of compassion, empathy, idealism, and a humanitarian's nature with a strong sense of idealism driven, by a vision for a better world. Also in January 2025, we complete and end the Kali Yuga based on an ancient culture where we descended from a state of spiritual perfection and material abundance to ignorance and scarcity, according to Sadhguru. We have experienced a lot, and we are in process of healing, especially as we embrace the nodal North Node in Pisces and South Node in Virgo. It's the axis of spirit and matter, and both signs are concerned with healing, completion, and ultimate integration. We spiritualize our daily lives and routines and learn to anchor and ground the spiritual energies in our life. The lunar North Node in Pisces is asking us to connect deeper with our spiritual natures. It's asking us to embrace connection and spiritual oneness with ourselves and one another, to empathize deeply and to see ourselves in each other and each other in ourselves. We're being called to release the lunar South Node in Virgo, the shadows of self-judgment, perfectionist, any shame and closed-mindedness, as well as impossibly high standards and expectations of ourselves and others. We're being asked to accept all parts of ourselves, to honor and acknowledge and learn to love and value ourselves, embrace our worth, to also see the integration of spirit and body in humanity, and to let go of the need for control. If we are here for one another, practice seeing the best in each other and ourselves, and approach all situations with unconditional love, we will become more joyful. Well, the bottom line is you've built your personal boundaries. Your personal boundaries will stop energy vampires or people trying to suck your energy. That's important. Planetary shifts. So Pluto moved into Aquarius on November 20th, 2024 until 2044. There is a specific video on this transpersonal powerful planet. Now, Pluto's profound shift into Aquarius, it stays in a sign 15 to 30 years, and Pluto is the natural ruler of the 8th house in the natal chart. The planet Pluto is associated with power, transformation, and rebirth. The natural planetary ruler of the astrological sign of Scorpio ingresses into Aquarius, called the Golden Age of Enlightenment. Pluto strips us to the core, wherein we build on a foundation of something real. It digs out our inner treasures and purges what is inauthentic as we face core fears and transforms wounds into our greatest strengths. The biggest thing was the power of the people, the populist movement on November 20th, 2024 until 2044. It already started, but now it's like there's no stopping it. And basically, we had the American election, and that showed the populist movement. They got what they wanted because they are the taxpayers. Since 2008, we've experienced the transformative energies of Pluto in Capricorn, which we had the task of understanding what was being purged and revealed. We had to confront our own personal deep-seated fears in relationships with the Capricorn theme and the structures like banks, governments, plutocrats, education, pharmaceutical, healthcare industries, which had hierarchical control over mind control, and those that were about greed and abuse, no virtues. Now, all are toppling already as the power of the people made an important life-changing decision. The Pluto in Aquarius shift in consciousness has become a society that will never go back, which for some families and individuals who knew is very hard to understand. Here, the last US election made it clear the power of the people voted. They knew what they wanted and what they did not want. Plus, the USA went through their first ever Pluto return. That's how long it takes to move through all the different planets. Okay, since July 15th of 1776, which was their Declaration of Independence. And that was in place from 2022 until 2024. So they got their freedom back. Neptune dives into Aries on March 31st, 2025, and it stays into a sign 15 years. It's the natural ruler of the 12th house in the natal chart. Neptune has been in the sign of Pisces since 2011. It will be in Aries from March 31st of 2025 until October 22nd of 2025. Then it retrogrades back into Pisces for the last time in our lifetimes. Then it will officially move into Aries again on January 26, 2026, where it stays until 2039. Now, the planet Neptune rules the sign of Pisces, and it is the planet of inspiration, which rules over the 12th house of the natal birth chart. The sign of Pisces is all about mystery, spirituality, higher realms, dreams, creativity, intuition, psychic powers, and collective consciousness. It is the higher octave of Venus, and it brings beauty to a higher, more spiritual level and intensifies intuition and teaches us to be deeply compassionate. First of all, compassionate with ourselves. Now, Neptune refines, purifies, cleanses, and holds sway over illusions, fantasies, and all things magical and enchanting. Neptune is highly sensitive, cannot bear coarseness, and is more in tune with subtlety and therefore increases the artistic side of one's personality. Neptune rules all visual communications such as photography, film, ballet, dance, arts, music, painting, poetry. Neptune also rules the sea and bodies of water, however, also drugs. That is why drugs can be an issue, as Neptune sometimes wants us to escape the mundane reality and enter a more ideal state. Now, beware, because Neptune can alter reality and cloud our perception, which complicates issues. So then it becomes harder to decipher facts. We can deceive ourselves, or we can be deceived by others, or it just makes us misunderstood or be misunderstood. Now let's talk about a fact, okay? It's not that I debate. I have very strong knowings, okay? And so I know truth, and they go, no, truth is, no. The truth is when I get my bank balance, that's my truth. The next truth is if I put 5 scales, the scales that weigh yourself, 4 of them against the wall on a floor where there's no rug, and I weigh myself, I might be 1 pound difference in them. That's truth. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. Now, Neptune in Aries will be the beginning of a new 160-year cycle. That's how long that Neptune takes to move through all the different 12 signs of the zodiac. This is when and where our collective consciousness and sense of spiritual connections will shift, change, and progress. During the 14 or so years Neptune will be in Aries, we will see a new collective enthusiasm or interest in spirituality or in religion, as we have a new perspective, a higher consciousness, and a respect for human spirit. Okay, especially with AI, artificial intelligence. A revived spirituality encourages society to seek answers within. With lives spinning out of control after Pluto and Capricorn experience, how easy all can change and disappear. People are abandoning a lot of their materialistic quests and are in search of solutions that may lie in spiritual traditions. More peace and calm. Now, Uranus ingress into Gemini stays in a sign for 7 years, the natural ruler of the 3rd house in the natal chart. The planet Uranus rules the sign of Aquarius and always works in sudden waves, and it's like lightning. That's why it's called the Great Awakener. It rules higher consciousness, as it is considered the higher octave of intellectual Mercury and is strongly objective, very intelligent with less emotional energy, so it doesn't get clouded. Now, this is brilliant as it exemplifies detachment, interdependence, as opposed to codependence. Now, Gemini is all about communication, so it's about using the head and the heart and logic and intuition. The transition begins on July 8th of 2025 as Uranus ingresses to 0 degrees Gemini and will totally revolutionize communication, journalism, social media, especially after the control, misinformation, COVID, and the elections. This energetic influence of Uranus in Gemini will actually shatter the news. It's already happening. And media landscapes, leading to more independent grassroots journalism. We are all going to be asked to tune in and follow our curiosities at this time, and to break through any personal limitations or limiting beliefs that may be holding us back from sharing our stories, messages, and voices. Remember, Uranus and Gemini reminds us each that we're unique individuals with ideas and voices that are important and essential. Thing is, stay in your own lane as you know yourself. Honor and value self. Embrace your authenticity, sovereignty, and emotional honesty. Very exciting, liberating times with breakthroughs, symbolizing change, which can cause chaos, as action is usually sudden. But remember, out of chaos comes order. Now, Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius, which is the father of electricity, the future, new technology, and that is newly invented, and that is unimagined. The job of Uranus is to break the rules and demolish established pattern structure. Some words to describe the planet Uranus are innovative, unpredictable, resourceful, imaginative, egocentric, experimental, and Uranus also rules creativity and scientific genius. Now, this is interesting. Saint Germain is the master of Aquarius, and Uranus is the ruling master of the ruling planet of Aquarius, and has a special message for the seventh age and seventh dispensation, which is privilege or exemption. Next, we're going to talk about Saturn. Saturn will ingress into Aries on May 24th of 2025. And if you're a Saturn in Aries baby, buckle up, because your Saturn return is arriving on May 24th, 2025, okay? That your Saturn return is when you turn 28 years old. And then we have a second Saturn return at the age of 58 to 61. Okay, those are universal cycles. Now, Saturn, planetary ruler of Capricorn, and is the planetary taskmaster, the rule follower, and the one who ties us to reality. He can feel like a party pooper at times, but as humans, we need some structure and accountability to make real progress and impact in our lives. Saturn energy helps us get things done, practice self-discipline, and meet our goals, accomplishing our dreams. And people go, no, I don't need that. Okay, that's fine. You might not. But anybody, especially where we see it is in sports, how these people are very dedicated. They have the discipline to keep themselves in great shape and to have the techniques. So Saturn in Aries, though, could feel like a constant tug of war between Aries' fiery, initiating, jumping in headfirst energy, and Saturn's need to have a detailed plan and schedule in place. But often we need a little bit of both of those energies to really get things done. So this may be a time where we almost learn a little more about follow through, responsibility, and accountability, and learn to better manage the specific areas of our life where we are most impulsive, reckless, or selfish. Your job is to figure out which areas of life. Above all else, Saturn is Aries, is going to ask all of us to get really serious about what it is we desire most, how much work we're willing to put in for it, and what we're willing to surrender in order to achieve our wildest dreams. Now, Saturn retrogrades back into Pisces for the last time on September 1st, 2025. Then it moves ahead into Aries February 13th, 2026, where it stays roughly for 2 more years until April of 2028. This is interesting. So Saturn conjuncts Neptune, which means the two are going to have a dance together. And Saturn stays in a sign for 2.5 years. And it's the natural ruler of the 10th house, which is house of career. Now, we have described the energies of Neptune, and now we're going to look at Saturn and why this is a very important conjunction. That means they play together. Saturn's the natural ruler of Capricorn and the secondary ruler of Aquarius. The planet Saturn is the planet of responsibility, concentration, permanence, tangible rewards, ambition, productivity, tenacity, and the taskmaster rules caution, regulations, rules, authority, self-control, and due diligence. Does not sound like fun. However, it's not airy-fairy, so that's why it's amazing when this Neptune and Saturn conjunct. So they get to do the conjunct dance. So from May 3rd, 2025, Saturn is at 28 degrees of Pisces, while Neptune is 2 degrees of Aries. This is a blend, an integration of solid, earthy identity formation and spiritual fluidity. Then May 25th, 2025, Saturn's at 0 degrees of Aries and Neptune is at 1 degree of Aries. So this is a powerful time to blend that. Now we're going to talk about Jupiter. Jupiter ingresses, expands into Cancer. Jupiter stays in a sign for about 1 year, and it's the natural ruler of the 9th house in the natal chart. The planet Jupiter, known as the great benefactor, is the natural ruler of Sagittarius, and it is the planet of good fortune, since it expands opportunity and benefits of the house it's visiting in. So that's why it's nice if you have a chart and you can see where all of these planets are going to be. It also brings vision, faith, optimism, loyalty, confidence, justice, and wisdom, as it paints a broader picture wanting to expand your thinking. So the saying is, go big or go home, which can be great for infusing the creativity, different options, opportunities. However, do your due diligence for a reality check. Cancer is the sign ruled by the moon as the natural ruler of the 4th house, representing home, family, and emotional foundations. This is going to be a big one. Now, eclipse seasons of 2025. When eclipses happen, things change and they never go back. It's like you walk over a bridge and you look back and the bridge is gone. So now the dates. Full moon, total lunar eclipse at 24 degrees Virgo, March 14th, 2025. New moon, partial solar eclipse at 9 degrees of Aries, March 29th, 2025. Okay. Full moon lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Pisces, September 7th, 2025. And new moon partial solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Virgo, September 21st, 2025. Now, eclipses happen when the sun, earth, and moon are lined up exactly with the lunar nodes. They are times of exponential change, growth, pushing us all toward our individual and collective purposes. Now, December 19th, 2024 was chosen as the date to share this, considering we have a trine with Venus in Aquarius at 13 degrees and Jupiter in Gemini at 14 degrees. It's very intense and rewarding conversations. So thank you for taking your time, and I do hope something resonated with you. Again, I have a written post on Facebook, so you may want to print it up. Many blessings and much love, and 2025 is going to be an incredible year.